This is absolutely. She's our home.
You're setting sail with First Mate Nikki,
Captain Dale, and our ship's dog, Amity. Welcome aboard.
It's not just the wind that demands patience from a sailor. Boat projects call for heavy doses of it too. While continuing boat work, we also kept exploring the peninsula. After all, if we can't adventure by sailboat, we're going to adventure by land.
After a breakfast splurge, we found our way to the western shore of Agate Passage to visit Old Man House Park. The park protects the site of what was Washington's largest longhouse, measuring 900 feet. It was constructed by the Suquamish people who have inhabited this area in excess of 2,000 years. Their leader, Chief Sealth, lived in the longhouse at this site until his death in 1866. 4 years later, the longhouse was burned down by the U.S. government to disperse the Suquamish people. They stayed anyway.
We see this site every time Absolutely transits Agate Passage. And imagine the lodge standing long and proud, wood smoke lazily rising to mingle with the mists of the Salish Sea. Chief Sealth, also called Chief Seattle, was born in Suquamish around 1786. As a boy, he witnessed the first non-natives to explore these waters, that being the expedition led by British Captain George Vancouver. Known as a strong leader and effective mediator, Chief Seattle was successful in keeping the Suquamish out of a war between tribes and settlers, and led the tribes in negotiating the Treaty of Point Elliott in 1855. He now rests here in the Suquamish Cemetery, just a short distance from Old Man House Park.
Absolutely came with her original storm boards, which are critical to prevent the cabin from flooding in storm conditions. They are cumbersome to manage in everyday living, though. They constantly need to be removed and replaced in colder weather to get in and out of the boat. And they can be removed altogether in warmer weather, but then need to be stored somewhere. They also don't let any daylight in. So cockpit doors were one of the first upgrades we did to make Absolutely home.
We sent off dimensions and then received unfinished custom doors. After minor modifications, 3 coats of Cetal and assembly, the doors were installed. Oh my gosh, these doors are so much better than the storm boards, especially with as often as we go in and out with Amity. Getting her up and through the companionway with the storm boards was a total inconvenience, but it's no big deal now. Look, we just kind of slide the companionway top and open the doors, and we're in. Look at that. Easy peasy. Close it right back up. Keep the dog in the cockpit or keep her in the cabin. How nice is that, right? So easy. And then when it's summertime and we want to have a little indoor-outdoor, we can just lift them off. And we have a wide-open companionway. So perfect. All right. And now we can see outside. We definitely kept the storm boards for future heavy weather sailing. The tidal swings can be huge here. There are commonly low tides when I couldn't possibly reach this light, but today it's a head knocker.
After a big day, Amity was ready for bed. Harriet, however, was looking for a midnight snack.
A complication to living aboard was the toilet's holding tank filled in just 3 days. Having to get the pump-out cart, pump out the boat, empty the cart at the sewer discharge station, and return the cart every 3 days was not sustainable or fun. Even worse, such a limitation would make distance cruising untenable. We needed a solution.
On previous San Juan Islands cruises, we were impressed that the composting outhouses found on remote islands like Stewart didn't carry the odor outhouses typically do. After a lot of research, we installed a composting toilet in Absolutely, and we were instantly glad we did. In doing so, we gained generous stowage where the holding tank used to be. There's no longer a boaty toilet smell, and there's no valves or pumps to clog or fail. We now go about 2 weeks without emptying.
Composting heads are poorly named. Desiccating head is more apt. The head separates liquids from solids, preventing that horrible sewage smell we all detest. So the solids dry out in a medium. Lots of people use wood chips or sawdust. We like to use coconut coir, which is basically ground up husk of coconuts. It's commonly found in pet stores, either online or retail stores. It's used as a reptile cage bedding, but it works so great in the composting toilet. It does really dry out the solids quickly, and it's just so available. I'll show you what it's like. It really is just kind of like a bunch of wood chips, but you can imagine that the husk of coconuts ground up, and we just add that to the bucket where the solids go, and it just does the magic. To help the solids dry out faster in the medium, it is suggested to mix it up. And this particular head does it this way. You insert this crank handle, you just give it some twists, and that is it. That has mixed the solids in with the coconut coir, and it'll dry itself out.
It was time to get outside. We found this oddly quiet and somewhat mystical forest of ferns and tall trees west of Paulsbo. The forest itself was seemingly absorbing all sound, seriously calling into question the whole tree falling in the woods query. Whimsical characters surprised us along the way.
I was talking to myself today, and I said, there's just too much messing with my head. I'm full of doubts of how to be, what to show, where to go. But until I act, I'll never know. I stayed up thinking as the moon was high. Took a good long walk just to internalize. Something looms from out of the dark. It casts my shadow and shows me my heart. Shows me my heart. Moon shadow over land and sea. Moon shadow, will you awaken me? Moon shadow, bring me light. The light is scared within the night. Moon shadow, cast from above. Moon shadow, my heart is in love. Moon shadow, oh, bring me light. The light is scared within the night.
For dinner, Nikki's Galley served up Thai chicken meatball khao soi. Amity was clearly done for the day. The boat projects didn't stop. Nikki sewed shades for our V-berth and salon hatches. They're warmer in the winter, cooler in the summer, cozy all year round, and great for privacy when we are in marinas. 5 incandescent bulbs were replaced with new power-friendly LED bulbs. We also chased drips by replacing the O-rings in the dogs of all the salon portholes. I had fun creating a pole for our ensign. And the motor was running great after truly significant labor, like replacing the water pump impeller, among many other things. After a long day of boat work, these delicious tacos hit the spot. And Amity is feeling cozy.
A new day brought a new adventure and a drive north to Hansville with its 1940s fishing cabins. This fascinating house was once the bridge of a World War II ocean-going tugboat. It's been in Hansville since 1972, and it's on the road to our day's main attraction, Point No Point and its lighthouse. The lighthouse was constructed in 1879 and housed the area's first non-Indigenous residents. The light is still in use today, marking 10 seconds throughout the night with its flashing beacon. Point No Point received its curious name from expedition leader Charles Wilkes in 1841. The name reflects his observation that, while it looks like a point from a distance, it does not at close range.
Windy day at Point No Point. Out there, Mount Baker.
Heading west towards Admiralty Inlet. Bucking the way. We're having quite a ride, I think. Bit of a rodeo.
When boating on Puget Sound, the gateway to the rest of the world begins at Point No Point. It's where Puget Sound meets Admiralty Inlet, which meets the Strait of Juan de Fuca, which in turn meets the Pacific Ocean. Rounding Point No Point to port means your adventures are just beginning. Round it to starboard, and you are almost home. We haven't rounded Point No Point yet with Absolutely, but it was exciting to stand here and visualize it. The time will come soon. After all of the work we've done, we are so very close to cruising, which is, after all, the point. Or is there actually no point? Tune in to our next adventure to find out. We are having a lot of fun sharing our adventures with you, and we're so glad you're following along. As you know, I'm involved with all the music in our adventures, and if you'd like to learn more about the songs you heard in this adventure, then look down below in the description. Down there you'll find who wrote the song, who performed the song, and my role in all of it. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we look forward to sharing our next adventure with you. Don't forget to get on.